Post-COVID-19, where should the fashion industry have to go? Digital transformation is the only answer, now or never. Chaos. It is the chaos. The coronavirus heavily impacted the entire world and changed up our whole life. It is now changing the world forever. Among the various industry areas, the fashion, especially luxury brands which are especially vulnerable. They lead the fashion trend, and that trend is a matter of timing. But the outbreak of the coronavirus makes the fashion industry panicked. Suddenly, this contagious virus let us make the distance from each other and locked us inside of our house. We should get used to the untact situation, which is the compound of the prefix un and the contact. Shortly, without contact, in one word, online. Here's the point. The fashion brands should have to do something to show their seasonal items and trend. Of course, the effort of the designers really matters. So they struggle to adapt and break this crisis by fusing with the IT. Yes, that's it. It's time for doing the digital transformation. This idea comes up as an answer in an urgent way. I guess it really seems like a great example of the modernized survival of the fittest game, which happened in the fashion industry. In this game, only the digital savvy brands can survive, now or never. Then let's find out how does the fashion labels react to the crisis and find out a way they can survive. I organize it into the 4 points. Since the fashion industry is the very first agent who react to the world, analyzing the situation is highly meaningful. By watching this video, we can take a peek about what is the future of the fashion brands post-coronavirus pandemic. At the interview with the BBC, Imran Ahmed, the founder and the CEO of the business of fashion, commented that coronavirus has led to a really existential crisis for the fashion industry. Then let's find out how they struggle to break this existential crisis named COVID-19. At the very first, digitalcatwalk. The coronavirus ravages the globe with the fashion industry no more protected than any other. Major houses like Prada, Max Mara, Hermes, Ralph Lauren, Chanel, Burberry, Gucci, and Versace has cancelled upcoming shows, while Fashion Week in Shanghai, Melbourne, Beijing, Seoul, Moscow, and Tokyo decided to cut their events. As well as the recent announcement from London, Milan, and Paris cancelled the upcoming men's and couture shows. With social distancing encouraged and gathering in large numbers banned in all of the fashion capitals, designers are forced to look toward non-traditional ways to show their clothes. Everything stops. They announced that they will stream the digital fashion show online. By the next year, a number of designers were live streaming their runways without the audience. Ermenegildo Gagné, the Italian menswear powerhouse, is foregoing their old schedule entirely and doing its own digital thing in July, for which it has the whole new word, phygital. Giorgio Armani goes further. Right before the Milan Fashion Week, they turned into the runway without the audience and streamed the entire show. Chanel, they're the very first fashion brand that tried the online Fashion Week runway. Using their offline website and SNS, they tried the streaming runway. Far beyond that, Shanghai and Moscow go digital for their Fashion Week late March and April. The entire Shanghai Fashion Week streamed on the Tmall and Taobao platform, which is of the Alibaba. And 8.3 million people watched the live Moscow Fashion Week. Adding to that, the British Fashion Council announced at the end of April that it would be combining its men's and women's show during what used to be the London Fashion Week. It also planned to roll out an entire digital cultural fashion week platform for designers to use as they see fit. They are planning to release new items online and launch the fashion podcast and video contents too. Suddenly, fashion shows were no longer exclusive. VIP-only events made for the industry, anyone with a computer could join in on these lavish spectacles. There is an opportunity now to provide a different solution. What it demands, though, is not just recreating events, but rethinking them entirely. And next, runway from home. Fashion shows and the pictorial shots are capital letter art. Starting from the designers, models, stylists, makeup and hair artists, photographers, editors, and directors. They became one single team and make the perfect scene. But because of the coronavirus, they cannot gather around. So it seems that taking a pictorial shots and runways seems impossible. Interestingly, vogueitalia printed blank white cover April 2020. But here's the point. For filling inside the magazine, they asked a model like Gigi Hadid and Lindsay Wixon to do the entire process of the pictorial shots on their own hands. Starting from makeups, styling, to taking photos, they do it all. And with the coronavirus lockdown, Zara's models are unable to fly to the headquarters in Spain to shop the clothes, so have instead styled all the new numbers from home. The model have picked up on all the right angles and lighting tricks as they shot themselves from home using their phones. And the result are pretty high fashion. The model had lots of fun, shooting from the comfort of their bedrooms, propped it up on the mattress and window, and even in the gardens performing TikTok dances. It was amazingly charming. The third, virtual fitting room. One of the main barriers to shopping online for the clothes is fit, and it is still a category where customers like to try on and see items in person. This was the greatest problem of the fashion e-commerce. But here comes the technology, AR and VR. Digital fitting room and the 3D scanning tech are on the big trend. New users for fashion try-on application, Forma is the first great example. They gave all attempts to tackle the fit challenge with a range of technology-based solution, all with the goal to simulate the physical fit and sizing experience. The Forma app, launched in 2019, let users try on fashion virtually by uploading a front-facing image of themselves or selecting a model. The tens of thousands of outfits on the app, from the names such as Marc Jacobs, Pro-Anja Schooler, and Farfetch, are sourced directly from the brands who can integrate online catalog and link out to purchase pages or uploaded by users. And the next, gamifying real-life fashion moments, the drest. A fashion styling game let players dress model avatars in digital version of real designers' clothes. Users can compete in style challenges, pay for in-game extras, and click out to buy the product from this, including Gucci, Burberry, and Farfetch. Adding to that, it is good time to test new concept, the blockchain technology. The unprecedented time in which customers are seeking inspiration and escape online provides a fertile atmosphere for digital designers to test concepts beyond games and apps. Last week, digital fashion house The Fabricant, which has worked with the Tommy Hilfiger, Puma, and Navavieri, began testing Lila, a platform that creates 3D avatars from user-submitted selfies. And the AR try-on company Wannaby, which has worked with the Gucci to create a virtual sneaker try-on, is also receiving requests from brands who want to use it Wanna Kick Sneakers app to present a new release during the quarantine. The CEO of the Wannaby said that, at a time when offline channels are closed, he says, virtual try-on becomes a natural platform to introduce new products to customers. At last, Fashionable in-game avatar. Can you guys believe that the luxury brands like Marc Jacobs, Valentino is making the in-game avatar costumes? Behind the fame of this in-game styling is the modernized concept of the identity. More and more people are gathering and socializing online, so the digital world got soaring fame. Avatar is not only the gaming characters, but also it represents our personal identity. I will name it in this way: the tech-based doll play. Funny moment, the reblox, which has offered virtual Nikes, added a user-generated content store to provide players with a catalog to buy digital hats, hair, wings, and glasses, all designed by other users, to dress their in-game avatars. The monthly average revenue for the full-time creator selling items on the reblox UGC store is about $26,000, with the most successful making an annual income that is in the high six figures, says the senior director of the product, Matt Brown. The top-selling item, a pair of deal-with shades, sold 500,000 times. Half of more than 120 million monthly active reblox players update their avatar monthly. Players can buy new clothes and accessories designed by other players. Interestingly, the American fashion label 100 Thieves drove entire apparel collection on the animalcrossing New Horizons of the Nintendoswitch game. Marc Jacobs and Valentino also released the fashion collection on this game character clothes. Carrie Murphy, founder of the digital fashion house The Fabricant, commented that digital fashion is going to be as big as retail, insists Murphy, who argues that paying for digital clothing has already been normalized for players. Everyone has a virtual identity, and that is only going to get bigger. Once the lockdown has ended, many analysts think that many of these new behaviors might stick. Inertia is strong, and everybody keeps doing more of the same when things are fine. So sometimes it takes something bigger to break the inertia. Everybody's probably doing some level of re-evaluation of what is important, what is exciting and new, what will no longer be the same going forward. Then let's sum it up in this way. Fashion brands should have to reimagine how shopping in the digital world should play out, rather than merely digitalizing the shopping process of the physical world. This large-scale shifting was already on the process, but the coronavirus, namely COVID-19, incredibly spurred the speed of it. All should do the next step, now or never. Thank you so much for watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel and show your thumbs up by clicking the like button underneath this video. And I will hop around the world and bring lots of thousands of funny stories to you guys. Thank you again and see you!